Welcome back to our program. I hope you've all enjoyed your dinner. At this time, I'd like to welcome Susan Dickinson to the stage. Susan is AFTD's CEO, and she's been working with the organization and this community for more than a decade. And every day she brings her experience as a certified genetic counselor and her passion for advocacy and awareness to her job of building bridges between the FTD community, medical professionals, and the public. And under Susan's leadership, AFTD has grown substantially to advocate for the needs of FTD families and invested in innovative research targeting every aspect of FTD. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome Susan Dickinson to the stage.
Good evening.
All right, I did it.
I'd like to join Don and Paula in thanking you all for being here tonight and for the incredible support you've shown our community by being part of this event. Each of you in this room is an essential partner in AFTD's mission. Each of you is bringing help and hope to so many. Your contributions help AFTD to raise awareness, changing how the public sees dementia. Dementia can happen at almost any age. Sadly, it can affect people in their 40s, their 30s, and even in their 20s. And FTD is the most prevalent dementia for those under 60. Raising awareness is crucial if we are to realize our vision of a world with compassionate care, effective support, and a future free of this disease. As Paula noted, a key partner for us has been Discovery, whose talented staff has done so much to help us raise awareness for millions. Yay, Discovery. With our partners, AFTD builds community and drives advocacy. Friends on the Hill, like our 2017 honoree, Senator Chuck Schumer, have channeled that energy into policy, bringing additional funding opportunities for FTD research and strengthening our nation's research infrastructure in ways that will advance the science for all forms of dementia. And when the very Reverend Lind addressed us tonight, we saw a powerful example of how someone with a dementia diagnosis can contribute to our work to end this disease. The more we can drive early diagnosis, the more we can benefit from the perspectives and determination of the people living with dementia. Tonight, we celebrate AFTD's transformative partnerships in research and beyond, like those with Leonard Lauder, the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation, and the Newhouse family. Generous support from the Newhouse and Lauder families has resulted in the funding of two important initiatives that are moving FTD research forward. The FTD Biomarkers Initiative allows researchers to study new ways to diagnose and measure progression of the disease. The Treat FTD Initiative is funding clinical trials that test novel or repurposed drugs with the goal of getting the first approved treatments for FTD. And as we heard from Tracy, AFTD also brings support. We provide information, resources, practical advice, and an understanding ear to those facing this disease, who all too often feel isolated from those around them. In the last 12 months, more than 2,200 individuals reached us through our helpline, and more than 220,000 found information through our website. And I'm proud to say that today 83 AFTD volunteers lead support groups in 32 states. Through the partnership and dedication of our community, that number grows every year. And I'm incredibly excited to share with you that, including tonight's event, the 3 Hope Rising benefits since 2016 have combined to bring new funding of nearly $6 million to support our mission. Thank you so much, everybody. These resources are fueling an ambitious plan for AFTD's work over the next 3 years. One which will focus on providing healthcare professionals the knowledge and tools to diagnose this disease early. one which will enable quality of life and care in the daily lives of those on this journey, and one which will use the best that science and technology have to offer to advance research toward effective treatments. AFTD's work is sharply focused on addressing FTD, but to achieve our goals, we collaborate closely with leading organizations dedicated to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ALS, and Lewy body dementia. Not one of these conditions currently has an approved disease-modifying treatment, and it's likely that a breakthrough in one form of neurodegenerative disease will benefit them all. So whether you know someone with FTD or not, all of you have known someone who could benefit from learning about AFTD's work, telling your own dementia stories, and sharing the hope building in this room tonight are two additional ways you can make a difference. 2 ways you can help us change how the world sees dementia. Thank you. And now it is with gratitude and in friendship that I invite Don Newhouse back to the stage. Don is a leading partner in our efforts to raise awareness, to drive scientific research, and to build AFTD into an organization capable of reaching all who need what we provide. Don, thank you for bringing us here together tonight and for all that you do to advance our mission.
Tonight, the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration, AFTD, and I honor a businessman, philanthropist, art collector, visionary, strategist, tactician, innovator, leader, and a real nice guy. This man for all seasons is my great friend, Leonard Lauder. My brother Cy and I knew Leonard in all these roles, and I have become closely connected to him when I went through the shattering experience of seeing my Susie and Cy suffer with a dementia, primary progressive aphasia, a variant of frontotemporal degeneration. I became dedicated to doing what I could to prevent others from suffering as Susie and Cy suffered, and I became involved with the work of AFTD. Thereafter, in a chance conversation with Leonard about the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation, ADDF, which had been founded by Leonard and his brother Ronald in 1998. And I learned from Susan Dickinson of a 12-year relationship between ADDF and AFTD that at its beginning in 2007 lent the young AFTD organization significant credibility and momentum. Shortly after our chance encounter, Leonard proposed to me that ADDF and AFTD form a partnership that would seek novel or repurposed drugs to treat FTD, a partnership which over 10 years will invest $10 million in FTD research. Key to Leonard's vision in proposing the Treat FTD partnership was his recognition that a breakthrough in research targeting one neurodegenerative disease could lead to breakthroughs in all. Leonard, you Leonard, you are a beacon for all of us who have dedicated ourselves to do what we can to find a cure for the dementia epidemic. For your vision and generosity, I am proud to present you with this year's Susan Newhouse and Cy Newhouse Award of Hope. Leonard.
Thank you, Donald. Listen, I've grown up with Donald. He was Donald to some, Donnie to others, Don to some, and when Misty was mad at him, it was Donald. Okay. So, look, my relationship with the family goes way, way back. Tonight, really, is a family affair. Every one of you has a connection to Donald or myself or our families or our children that go way back. I go back with my parents, Esty and Joe, who had two great friends, Mitzi and Sam Newhouse. And one day, my father said to me, guess what? Sam bought Vogue magazine. Really? Yep. He bought it from Mitzi. I promise you, that's not why he did it, but that's what my father said. Okay, so here we were with Donald and Susie going up to camp every August for Camp Visiting Day. Different camp, and finally I decided on the third or fourth time, I said, you know, if the cosmetic business doesn't do so well, I could always become as a burglar, and I'd wipe out the East Side on Camp Day. Listen, you have to try any way you can. So I used to call Susie's parents once in a while, the Marleys in Syracuse. The phone would ring, and one of them would answer the phone. And I knew, even though there was one person on the phone, there were always two people on the phone. Donald, is that right? But you never knew which family member was on the phone. Okay, so this is a family event. But now I want to get serious with you to tell you one of the great things we can all do together. Number one, Donald just mentioned repurposed drugs. Now, here's a little factoid, okay? You've seen all these drugs come and go and fail in phase 3. Most of them fail because they haven't picked the right group of people who have either FTD or Alzheimer's, because there wasn't any way of properly diagnosing it. So what we're putting our efforts on is getting a proper diagnosis. So once you have the diagnosis, you can move ahead with it. Now, repurposing drugs. Do you know the most famous repurposed drug in recent memory? Viagra. For those of you who haven't heard of Viagra, we can meet and talk about it. Okay. But I'm not saying anything, though. Donald asked me, do you enjoy public speaking? I said, yeah, I love it. So now, listen, so here's what we're trying to do together, okay? We're working with what we call biomarkers, which is something that will give us evidence that that disease is present. And once that happens, you can get down there and cure it. Now, the subtext is hope rising. We are rising all together because I promise you, there is hope. I know the things we are doing, and some of my team is here tonight. Dr. Howard Phillott, who is the founder of ADDF, is here with Mark Rothwell. Listen. We are partners. Now, the other thing is this. When someone has either Alzheimer's or FTD, who suffers? The families, not the person, because the person very often doesn't know what's happening. So, because you are all family here, to me and to us, and the Newhouse family is very, very, very dear to me, we're working so hard to make sure that your families are safe and successful, and that we can all live happily, and hope is rising. So all I can say to you is this. Thank you for your support tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting tomorrow, because tomorrow is what we really need to help and save, and tomorrow we'll thank you all, and God bless you all. Good night. Thank you.
Congratulations, Leonard. Wow. What a wonderful thing to see this long friendship endure. For entertainment this evening, we have a very special treat for you. Renee Elise Goldsberry, I think you all are familiar with that name, is an actress, a singer, and a veteran of 5 Broadway shows. She originated the role of Angelica Schuyler in the smash hit musical Hamilton, for which, yes, and you might remember that she won the 2016 Tony Award for Outstanding Featured Actress in a Musical. She also received a Grammy Award for her work on the Hamilton original cast recording. Renee's other Broadway credits including the closing company of Rent, the original Broadway production of The Color Purple, and The Lion King. She's appeared on television in The Good Wife, Law & Order, SVU, and One Life to Live, for which she was twice nominated for a Daytime Emmy. Tonight, she is here to sing for us. Ladies and gentlemen, how lucky we are. Miss Renee Elise Goldsberry.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being clear day. You can see forever and ever and ever and ever. Good evening. So happy to be here with you. Are you having a good time? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying on. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow I've been praying on. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 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 Thank you. How are you guys feeling? I am so honored to be here with you this evening because it is important to me to do everything I can to support AFTD, and my hope is rising. I feel like hope is rising in this room right now. So we have an appreciation for you, a song from Hamilton tonight. It's playing just down the road. It's still on Broadway if anybody was worried about how it was doing. And we just wanted to bring a little piece of it, maybe just one little song here. I'm not objective at all, but I think this is the best song from the show. And we just wanted to show our appreciation for all that you have done, are doing, and are going to do to support this association. Here we go.